The crowd's roar echoed through the massive coliseum, a thunderous cacophony of alien voices demanding violence. Zefkri the Destroyer stood in the center of the arena, his 8-foot frame rippling with chitinous muscle plates that gleamed under the artificial suns. His mandibles clicked in anticipation as acidic drool pooled at his feet, eating small craters into the metal floor. "Blood, blood, blood!" The audience chanted in a dozen different languages, their translator implants turning the alien syllables into a universal cry for carnage. Emperor Vexthon leaned forward on his throne, his 6 eyes focused on the arena below. The human gladiator program had been his idea, a way to demonstrate the superiority of evolved species over the primitive mammals from the backwater planet Earth. Humans had been conquered easily enough, their small fleet no match for the hegemony's armada. Now they served as entertainment. The arena gates groaned open with mechanical precision. From the shadows emerged a figure that drew confused murmurs from the crowd. Where they expected cowering fear, they saw something else entirely. Marcus Chen walked into the arena with the casual gait of someone entering a coffee shop. His standard-issue gladiator armor was dented and scratched from previous fights, but he wore it like a comfortable jacket. Most unsettling of all, he was smiling. Not the rictus grin of madness or desperation that many gladiators wore before their deaths. This was the genuine, almost amused smile of someone who knew something the rest of the room didn't. Human. Zefkri's translator converted his hissing speech into galactic standard. "You face the destroyer of worlds. Kneel before your death." Marcus stretched his shoulders and cracked his neck. "You know, back home we had a saying." He picked up his assigned weapon, a simple plasma sword, and tested its weight. "It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog." The alien gladiator's compound eyes narrowed. "Your words mean nothing, meat creature." "Yeah, I figured you wouldn't get it." Marcus's smile widened. "See, here's the thing everyone keeps forgetting about humans. We're not the strongest species. We're not the fastest or the smartest or the most technologically advanced." Zefkri charged, his massive claws extended, expecting to end this quickly. He had killed 17 human gladiators in the past month alone. This would be number 18. Marcus sidestepped the charge with fluid grace, his movement economical and precise. "But we are the most adaptable." The alien's momentum carried him past his target. He spun around, confused. "Humans were supposed to be slow, clumsy creatures. We evolved on a death world." Marcus continued conversationally, beginning to circle his opponent. "Everything on Earth tried to kill us. Predators with teeth like swords, diseases that could wipe out continents, weather that could freeze or boil us, poisonous plants, venomous animals, natural disasters." Zefkri lunged again, this time with a calculated swipe of his razor-sharp claws. Marcus ducked under the attack and scored a light cut across the alien's thigh with his plasma blade. "And you know what we did?" Marcus asked, dancing back out of range. "We survived. We didn't just survive, we thrived. We turned wolves into dogs. We made medicine from poison. We built cities in deserts and frozen wastelands." The crowd began to quiet, sensing something was wrong. Zefkri was supposed to be dominant, overwhelming. Instead, he was being systematically dismantled by what appeared to be casual conversation. "Impossible," the alien roared, his acid breath creating a cloud of toxic vapor. "You are weak." "Inferior." Marcus laughed, actually laughed, as he waved away the acidic mist. "Inferior? Brother, my species survived an ice age with nothing but sharp sticks and animal skins. We domesticated fire. We looked at the ocean and said, I bet there's something on the other side. And then built boats to find out. The human's blade work was becoming more aggressive now, each strike carefully placed to exploit gaps in his opponent's natural armor. Zefkri was bleeding from a dozen shallow cuts, his movements becoming sluggish. We looked at the sky and said, I want to go there, so we built rockets. We saw lightning and said, I can use that. So we invented electricity. Every problem became a challenge to overcome. Emperor Vexthon was no longer lounging in his throne. He had seen many gladiatorial matches, but nothing like this. The human wasn't just winning, he was teaching. But here's the real secret, Marcus said, his voice carrying clearly through the now silent arena. We didn't just adapt to our environment. We adapted it to us. We changed our world to suit our needs. With a final, precise strike, Marcus's plasma sword found the gap between Zefkri's chitinous plates, piercing directly into the alien's primary heart. The mighty gladiator collapsed, his life fluid pooling on the arena floor. Marcus stood over his fallen opponent, But he wasn't looking at Zefkri. His eyes were scanning the crowd, the cameras, the Emperor himself. "You conquered our fleet," he said, his voice now amplified by the arena's sound system for all to hear. "You took our freedom. You made us your entertainment." His smile returned, but now it carried a different quality, something that made even the alien Emperor shift uncomfortably. "But you made one critical mistake. You gave us access to your technology, your weapons, your ships, your knowledge." Marcus raised his plasma sword in salute to the crowd. "And if there's one thing humans excel at, it's taking someone else's tools and using them better than the original owners ever imagined." The lights in the arena flickered. Emergency klaxons began to wail. Through the massive transparasteel windows of the Colosseum, flashes of weapons fire could be seen among the orbital platforms. "Ladies, gentlemen, and beings of all classifications," Marcus announced, his smile now fully predatory, "I'd like to introduce you to the human concept of a distraction." As the first human liberation ships breached the atmosphere above the capital world, Marcus Chen, former engineering professor, current Gladiator, and secret coordinator of the human resistance, continued to smile. After all, there was nothing quite like a good plan coming together. The crowd's roar had changed. No longer did they cry for blood. Now they screamed for mercy. But mercy, as humans had learned long ago, was a luxury the strong rarely afforded the weak.